How you doing, baby? Happy Sunday. And today on Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya, when you get a minute, go to that YouTube channel, Shakenya, and hit subscribe, guys. Look at some of the videos, and if you see anything that you like, please hit share. Yeah, I look now. Yeah, I do got a lot of followers on Facebook, but that ain't what we're talking about here. We're talking about this YouTube channel. I don't have a lot of followers for the YouTube channel. And that's where all the grit is at. That's where the meat and potatoes is at, that YouTube channel, because all these videos that you see here on Coffee and Conversation, that's doing numbers now. Hey, y'all watching them now. Y'all watching them, but they all on the YouTube channel. So I need you to make that YouTube channel pop, just like you got my Facebook channel popping, okay? Appreciate you. I know that's a lot to ask, but you're doing a good thing here, you know, because if you make me famous, I'm going to make everybody around me famous. I'm pulling everybody with me. Yep, I'm not going to get up there and forget about nobody. Everybody that shared the video, the handful of y'all that did, I'm shouting you out and I'm bringing you along if you want to go. Every brand that I wear that's black owned business is coming with me. Yeah, the Allure brand. I tag it every morning for the last 4 or 5 years. I hope you had a chance to click on the link and look at some of the things that they sell. The jewelry is beautiful. The clothing is quality. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, yeah, I need you to help me get a little bit further. Yeah, I've come a long way. 24,000 followers ain't nothing to laugh at. You know what I mean? I've come a long way. All that coming on live all the time, people laughing at me. Ain't nothing you doing gonna work. You only got 3 followers. You only got 10 people watching your videos. And I kept doing it, and I kept doing it, and I kept doing it. Consistent with it. And here we are. 24,000. I don't even know 25,000 people. So y'all know I don't come on Saturday and Sunday, but this summer school for some of y'all. And so we recapping the classes that you should have been teaching your babies. Yep. And so some of the questions that I get in my DM where they're having a hard time reaching their child and they're trying to figure out what's the best way to instill this or what's the proper way to do that. Well, Miss Wardlaw, how can I teach them this and how can I teach them? How can I make sure it sticks? All these questions. And you know what I came up with after thinking about everybody's question that came into my DM? A lot of these classes had a lot to do with how you were raised. That wasn't a dig at nobody. I hope I ain't hurt nobody's feelings because it wasn't intentional. But honestly, did you just grow up or were you raised? Like, was people telling you what to do? Was people stopping you from doing wrong? Were you getting popped if you did something you ain't had no business doing? Did you suffer the consequences? Were you put on punishment? People around you, what were they doing? What type of environment were you raised in? Like, were you taking care of yourself? Coming home, getting up in the morning, making your own breakfast, getting yourself to school, coming home, making your own dinner because wasn't nobody there. Like, did you have to get out and hustle to get your money, to get school clothes? How was you raised? Ooh, my braid was in there. Y'all ain't even say nothing. That's okay, we just start over. Yeah, I raised kids, so any and everything is liable to happen just in a day. So when you think about all the stuff you do as a parent, yeah, little stuff like that don't bother me. It dipped in there, I wiped it off over there at the sink, poured it out, got another cup, and here we are. Start over. So yeah, guys, how were you raised? Because that had a lot to do with it, because some of the questions that the people ask, and no question is a dumb question. Thank you, Miss Russell, who later became Miss McDonald, my elementary school teacher at Handstein Elementary. She said there is no dumb question. No dumb question. So when they ask me questions, no matter how simplistic it is, I try to answer. But in the back of my mind, I be thinking some of this stuff should be coming natural to you. Yeah, because if you was raised and somebody was there, some of the stuff that you're supposed to be teaching your kids, it should be easy to do. You wouldn't have to ask me how, because it was taught to you. So if it was taught to you, it was familiar to you, so it make it easy to teach your babies, right? So this summer school session, we going over these classes that you should be teaching your children, because when I look at the youth today, some of them ain't getting it. And they didn't get it, right? I deal with children that, I'm not going to say children because they're adults now, but I deal with people the same age as my children. And certain things that they do and certain things that they lack is definitely something to look at, because it's like, damn, ain't nobody teach you that, right? So, thinking the reason why they ain't been taught is because ain't nobody teach you. Like, let's see, the home ec class you're supposed to be teaching your babies, right? Did anybody teach you how to cook? They actually had you in the kitchen, teaching you about the seasonings, teaching you the proper way to do this, the proper way to do that when it comes to preparing food. Anybody take the time to do that for you? What about cleaning? Did anybody teach you the proper way to clean? Hey, Melanie, how you doing, boo? Good morning. Did anybody sit up there and teach you how to wash dishes? Like, my grandma made sure that we soaked the silverware, right? And then she made us wash the cups first and turn them down. Then we had to wash the saucers and place them in the rack. And then we had to wash the plates, right? And then after that, we washed the bowls and stacked them up on top of each other. And then the last thing we washed was the silverware and the pots, right? So it was a certain order. And to this day, I have that order and taught it to my children, right? How to sort clothes. Did you take the time to teach your children how to sort clothes, how to wash the whites, how to wash the delicates, what needs to be hung up, what goes to the dry cleaner? Did anybody take the time to do that for you? That physical health class. Did anybody take you to the doctor for your doctor's appointments? Did you get vaccinated? Did you go to get your physical for any activity, or just a physical that they usually give a year to make sure you all good? Did anybody do that for you? Did anybody teach you how to eat properly? Was anybody around you exercising and taking care of themselves, physically fit? Like my grandma and my auntie Linda, they go to the spot all the time. I used to try to hurry up and run and jump in the car and hide so I can ride with them, because I know they got a free pass because they had a lifetime membership, right? So I knew I was going to be able to exercise. I knew I was going to be able to get in the spa. I was going to be able to go swimming. Like, but they did this my whole life, right? Until grandma left this earth. So therefore, yeah, it was taught to me about physical. My grandma would cook. She would fry things certain days of the week, and then she would bake things certain days of the week, because you can't just eat fried food all the time because it brings up your cholesterol, right? So made sure we had vegetables in our diet. Did anybody do that for you? Did they? Mental health. Mental health in my family, so I don't know if it ran in the family or not, but we had a couple people in my family that did have some mental health issues. So my grandma was very, very passionate when it came to that, as far as explaining to us what it was, and us being knowledgeable that this person needs to take medication because of this reason and that reason. So I was hip on mental health, right, and the importance of taking care of it. So if anything ever go awry, like what I'm dealing with right now, if I didn't have a good support system, I'll probably be on somebody's couch maybe 3 days a week, right? Because I suffered a great loss. Yeah, that baby being taken out the way she was, it stole a lot of joy from me, you know. So I had to do a lot to kind of capture that joy. It saddened me a lot. Yeah, depression seeps in here and there, you know. So if I didn't have people to talk to, I probably would be on somebody's couch talking about it, right? So thank God. God is good, right? And I pray. Prayer helps. Yeah, it does. So therefore, yeah, mental health, we took it seriously, right? So did anybody take it seriously in your family, or did they laugh at people that had mental health issues? They laughed at them, joked about it. No, they didn't find help. Do you know people that you grew up with, adults that suffered from mental health illness and didn't get help, didn't get treated? Yeah. See, I knew. What about life? Did you live in a stable household? Right? Did your parents talk to you about bills and paying bills and the importance of working and keeping a stable household? Making sure that if you don't pay your bills, this is going to happen. Your light's going to be cut off if you don't pay your light bill. You ain't going to have no water if you don't pay your water bill. You're going to get put out if you don't pay your rent or your mortgage. Like, did anybody talk to you about that? Did you, or was you in a situation where y'all lights was always off? Y'all ain't never had no food or nothing? Like, was you always going from house to house to house because you was unstable? Y'all was always getting evicted? Like, which way? How did you grow up? Because see, it impacts how you raise your children. That's why I'm asking. If didn't nobody teach you these classes, then that's why you having difficulty teaching it to your children. That's why I see what I see every day in my office. So let me see. What else did we talk about? Politics. Is you teaching your children politics? Did anybody teach you politics? Did anybody talk to you about politics? Did anybody tell you the importance of voting? Do they vote? Did your parents vote? Your aunties and uncles? Anybody in your environment? Okay. I'm just asking because, you know, I went as far as to teach my children the importance of voting, and then we also volunteered on people's campaigns. Every t-shirt you see me wearing on here is a campaign that we volunteered on. We, my children, and I. Yeah. What about ethics? We just covered this the other day. That ethics class you're supposed to be teaching your children. We covered about 20 different values that you should have been trying to instill in your children in your ethics class. Meaning that every day, you should have had some type of value that you was trying to instill. We covered honesty. We covered respect. We covered empathy. We covered compassion. We covered perseverance. We covered integrity. We covered love. We covered communication. We covered forgiveness. We covered all that in that ethics class that we talked about the other day. So was anybody that way around you? Religion. We talked about that. Yeah. Anybody had you in church? They take you in church every day. Hey, Jeff. Good morning, sweetie. What up, Miss London? Hey, George. Hey, Instagram. Hey, TikTok. I don't want to leave you out. Yeah, but Facebook give me so much love. That's where all my 24,000 followers are coming from. So I gotta ask them, do y'all need anything? Do y'all need me to bring y'all something? Is it Jesus? Religion. Did anybody have you in church? Yep, because if they did, then you'll know the importance of God, and you'll be taking your children to church, and you'll make sure that they know. Yep, right from wrong. I'm just asking. Black history. Anybody in your family talk to you about Black history, or did you just learn what you learned in school? And what you learned reading on your own, and what you see on the Instagram and TikTok? Yeah, did anybody in your family talk to you about the importance of Black history? Did they take it back to slavery and bring it up, and where you should be now, and what we should be doing now, and what our people fought for, and things of that nature? Yeah. Do you talk about civil rights? Anybody talk about civil rights in your household? What about your history? Anybody in your family tell you about your history? Your bloodline, where your people come from. Yep, I have people in my family that own businesses. Yeah, that's probably where I get my entrepreneur spirit from. Yep, I have people in my family that just did things. My dad went to Japan for almost 20 years, living his dream, doing his thing, right? Yeah, so I've had a lot of people in my family that were inspirational to me and motivational. Yeah, they motivate me to do what I do today, right? So, do you know your family history? Your ancestors, your grandmama, your great-grandmama, what they did for a living, how you got here, where you're from. Education. Anybody around you further their education? Did anybody around you go to college? Yeah, because if they would have went, you would have saw that. Like I went. I got my bachelor's degree. My cousin Yo-Yo got 2 masters. My little sister has a master's and so forth. So it was like they know. My children saw it, you know what I mean? They saw it. And then my auntie, as I was coming up, my auntie went to school. All my aunties, they did something. They were always into something, doing something, getting certificates. Linda stayed in school, my baby auntie. So I mean, I saw it. I was raised around it. So if you wasn't raised around it, it's probably hard for you to encourage your children to do it, especially if you ain't did it yourself. Street smarts. Is your children street smarts? Do they keep their head on the swivel when they out there in the street? Do they know the lingo? Do they know when to get the heck on? Ooh, fix it, Jesus. I almost said it, but I didn't. Do they know when to get the heck on? Or is your children type of children, they want to run up on drama? What about you growing up? Were you raised in a drama-free type situation? Were you raised to where people told you right from wrong when you in the street, what to look out for, what you should... Yeah. Humanity. That humanities class. That's a beast right there, yep. Because that means you got to treat people right. That means you got to treat people right. That means you got to demonstrate kindness. That means your kids got to see you actually helping somebody, showing compassion, empathy for some people. Your children have to see it, right? How you doing in that class? Yep. Relationships. Yeah. Anybody around you? Did you grow up in a healthy environment where people had healthy relationships with one another? Or did you grow up in a situation where there was domestic violence? Everybody fought all the time. It was fighting every time you wake up. Everybody was arguing. It didn't take much for you to get slapped. Relationships. Do you have good relationships with people? Did you grow up with that? Yeah, because that's the only way you'll be able to teach your children. If you grew up with people that had healthy relationships with one another, right? If you grew up in a household where your mom and dad had a healthy relationship, that's usually your first template. Yeah. And self-worth. Did you grow up around confident people? Did you grow up around people that knew their self-worth? Did you grow up around people that knew? Yeah, because if you did, then you did certain things that you probably wouldn't tolerate. Yep. And therefore, it'd be easy for you to teach your children so they'll know their self-worth, right? Because when you know your self-worth, it's just certain things you're not going to... people can't talk to you any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? People can't do you any kind of way when you know your self-worth. You know what I mean? You quick to be like, no, you not. No, you will not. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, y'all, that's it for Coffee and Conversation. Because as you see, I got work to do. Yep. Today is going to be a long day, but I'm fully prepared. Yep. Today is going to be a full 8-hour day for me. You know, the holiday jumped up on me, so it was 2 buildings I was supposed to clean on that day that I didn't. That's the one out there in Taylor and the one out here on 8 Mile and Lasher. So I got to clean those 2. And then, you know, I already cleaned the 2 on Easter. I already cleaned those 2. And then, you know, I got that new contract, that ice cream place at night. So I'll be there. So, yeah, I'm going to be humping today. Yeah, but I was prepared. I'm ready. I can do this. I can do this. So, y'all, that's it for Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. I hope you enjoy your day. And I'm out. Mwah.